What's poppin', y'all, and welcome back to I Do It Myself. So, yo, it's Wednesday, midweek. You know what I'm saying? My energy is up today. But remember I was telling y'all how, we get 365 days in a year, and you can't win all of them. And then I also give people this analogy about, like, Steph Curry. While we look at Steph Curry as the greatest shooter ever, he shoots less than 50% from the three-point line. So perfection is not always perfect, right? And some days we might feel a little bit down, but it's all about what you commit to. We got to start committing to the things that we want and the things that we feel like we're gonna accomplish, and let nothing get in the way of that. And we start in our episode with that message. But today we talking about a few things I want to talk about. First and foremost, let's talk about ASAP Rocky. So the news is out. ASAP Rocky, you know what I'm saying? He beat the charge. I spoke about this the last time. I did a couple of episodes on ASAP Rocky, but the last time I did one, I was basically saying how I thought that he was going to come back from the 3-1 lead, right? And the reason being was because ASAP Relli's case, while, there was things seen on camera, he tore his whole case apart. When he got cross-examined, the way he treated the Rocky's defense, the way he was acting in the court, what people don't realize is that, like, when you get the level of legal stuff, there's a certain type of protocol that nobody has the right to, like, disrupt. Now, I know y'all seen what's dude name, what's that kid? Woody, you know what I mean? Woody, whatever you want to call him. Going in the courthouse and act a fool and say a bunch of silly stuff and think that that's how things can actually go. But that doesn't work the same way for every situation. And it was a lot of people that, again, they wanted ASAP Rocky to be guilty. Now, it's one thing to have seen the incident, right? Like, even for myself, after watching the video and all of that, I gave my thoughts to basically say, yo, listen, if I was the prosecutor, well, not the prosecution, if I was the defense, I'd be like, yo, listen, this dude is a liar. You know what I'm saying? He's a liar. He's a hater. He been said about how, Rocky don't support what he got going on. He threatened him. He said all of this stuff. Now, I think the only funny thing about this whole situation is the whole started pistol conversation, because I don't know nothing about that. I'm heavy on the Second Amendment right, and especially that I live in Georgia. It's different down here. But I just felt like Relli, if he wanted to have a case, he never really he never really took any of the steps for somebody to have, like, a case, right? Like, you allegedly, get shot. Then after you get shot, you don't go to the hospital. You know what I'm saying? They don't find no shell casings at the scene. You wait days later to go to the hospital. You know what I mean? It doesn't look like you have a graze. Then you go back to the scene, say, hey, I found some shell casings. It's also alleged that he had went to a shooting range around that time. So, yo, Relli is really, really lucky that he not coming up on no charges right now, because he did bad. Let me tell y'all, what we say in Harlem, he did bad. He did super bad, because for everything that he went through, now, headshot for the year, he got to walk around like Daft Punk. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got to walk around hiding himself. He put himself in a dangerous situation, because now you can never take back what you did as far as getting on that stand. If you felt at the moment that you was harmed, or you were shot, or whatever the case may be, you should have called the police right then and there. You should have went to the hospital right then and there. You should have told right then and there. You shouldn't have went home and thought about it and started getting on the phone telling people, yo, I think I could get like a good, maybe a good 30 million out of him. Like, this is stuff that he said. So like you have to be able to prove things without a reasonable doubt. And there was too many doubts, too many holes in his story. He also was talking reckless in the courtroom, at saying, why are you asking me these questions? And did y'all see the judge? The judge basically told this nigga, like, yo, you cannot talk like that. He like, yo, you a liar. You keep doing this. You keep doing that. You cannot, this shit is not television. You know what I'm saying? Like, you cannot get up there and just act however you want. But, also Rocky, I'm pretty sure he has some very, very highly paid attorneys. But again, besides what people thought was true or not, they wanted to see Rocky gonna do 25. He should have took the deal. I know, and everybody's gonna say, hindsight is always 2020. People gonna say, oh well, he was lucky. I mean, we don't know what his lawyers was telling him going into this whole case. I'm pretty sure that his lawyers felt like they could beat it, and it doesn't always go that way. Like, let's keep it a band. It doesn't always go that way, but a lot of people wanted to, they was making memes and jokes talking about how he was gonna be like Tory Lanez doing mixtapes in jail. I seen people joking about who's Rihanna gonna be dating. Like, yo, I'm gonna keep it 100. Jokes is one thing, but y'all gotta get that bullshit up off of y'all hearts where y'all want to see niggas go to jail. Now, if you committed a crime, then yeah, you should be treated like a criminal and prosecuted to that very extent. But in this case, Rocky hasn't committed a crime, whether you believe it or not. And I keep telling people, the law is not about the truth, it's about what you can prove. All right, so look, we going to get off of that. I don't know if y'all seen this tweet, right? But Young Thug, he tweeted the words, Calypso right now, I need some drink, bass swag, right? And Adin Ross being the big platform that he has, being somebody who can steer different types of conversation for young men, he tweets Thug and says, yo, Slime, hit my phone. I got activist walk for you. I kicked the cup. It's all yours. So if anybody was wondering what Thug was even talking about, he was quoting lyrics from Bass Swag's song Drink, featuring 42 Doug. Now, the correct lyrics is, relapsing right now, nigga, I need some drink, right? Thug said, Calypso right now, Calypso, nigga, I need some drink, or whatever. Calypso right now, nigga, I need some drink. And he put Bass Swag, right? My thing with this Adin Ross shit is this. Bro, everybody knows that Thug is on probation for 15 years, right? He's on probation for 15 years. And there's so many conversations about him not being able to complete his probation because of his habits that he's had, or how he conducts his life, or the company he keeps, him being part of a gang, all of this shit. For Adin Ross, we not going listen, I'm not going to call none of these niggas kids. Just because you might look at their actions as childish don't mean that they kids. But for Adin Ross to have such a big platform and have so many people that follow him and get on his stream, and he has companies like Stake and all of that behind him, putting all types of money in his pocket. Remember when he got this deal, it was this big marketing camp, because that's what it was. It was digital marketing about how he makes more money to stream than LeBron makes to play basketball. And I'm going to pull the black card on this one. You damn right I'm pulling the black card on this one. Because for you to get up there and publicly offer a man that is in a difficult bind with the judicial system, to offer him some activists, you say you got activist walk for him right now. You kick the cup, but he can have it. What type of shit is that? What type of level of irresponsibility is that? And I know we like to talk about like shit being entertainment and shit being funny and, oh, they just streamers, they just playing. No, these niggas is grown ass men. They grown men. When it was time for him to get up and talk about AD, and I know him and AD, and I'm not trying to rehash no bullshit that they went through, but when it was time for him to talk about AD and, what he would do if he come to LA and how nobody not going to touch him and all of that, we wasn't saying that he was a kid. Nobody considered him a kid. We going to stop calling these grown ass men kids because of their childish ways. I think that something like this is extremely irresponsible. And while I don't, I'm not looking for a steak deal or nothing like that, it makes me question what type of money that y'all are willing to put behind people that have this type of behavior. Because guess what? And let's call it for what it is. Can't no black, first of all, I personally don't know any professional Jewish people who are going through some sort of probation or anything like that. But I'm pretty sure that if they quote us some lyrics from a song, whether we knew it or not, nobody that's black will offer them something legal publicly for everybody to see. So basically, whether you want to take acknowledgement to it or not, whether he wants to say, oh, well, I was just playing, I was just trolling, everything ain't funny. Everything ain't trolling. Everything ain't a game. This nigga was really facing the rest of his life in prison for some of the things that he was involved in. Really away from his kids. You know what I'm saying? And I know, what's crazy about this is Thug could fuck around and be on his stream anyway one day. I hope he doesn't. You know what I'm saying? I hope he doesn't. And I personally have nothing against a nigga like Adin Ross. But what I do have against him, because I don't know him, you know what I'm saying? So I don't personally have anything against him. What I do have against him, though, is you being a grown-ass man and offering a black man drugs who also publicly said, and let's not act like everybody wasn't watching the YSL trial day in and day out, saying that he had problems with addiction. And maybe the mistakes that he made that landed him in prison, that landed him in the type of situations he was in, came from his decision-making being on drugs. So there you have it. You got another, well, y'all can call, you could label him whatever you want to label him, but you got another white boy that's out here playing in, playing with rappers and playing in hip hop and offering people drugs, and we just gonna act like that's cool. It's not at all. Shit is trash. Shit is whack, and that's extremely trash. Aside from that, one more thing I would like to talk about. So shouts out to my brother Barry, man. Barry, if y'all don't know Barry from Atlanta, Barry Hefner on Twitter and the gram. Barry, I like to say is one of the, I'm not gonna say the last, because I do know a lot of people who take the boutique route when it comes to music and his profession, right? But Barry manages JID, owns the company since the 80s with Zeke. You know what I'm saying? They manage a lot of different artists and producers and just people overall. Ain't no telling what they got going on over there. They some creative brothers. Barry's heavily tied into the Dreamville camp and all of that. Very, very good dude, very, very smart dude and knowledgeable dude. But he has some tweets today, and I would like to talk about these tweets. And I didn't take these tweets disrespectful to myself, because I know what I'm building over here. But Barry said, the rap media is very girly nowadays, in my opinion, right? He also says, rap media is all gossips, numbers, and hate. It's like the rap tabloid. Shaking my head. What the fuck is y'all doing with our black gold? So let me stop there, because there's another tweet, but let me stop there. So while I don't, like I said, I know Barry, and I could call him like that. I'm not tripping off of nothing. This is not like me going against a brother that I got love for and I respect. What I will say, though, is this. When it comes to rap media and it being girly and gossipy and about numbers and all of that, let's just keep it a band, man. Like, a lot of the rappers and a lot of the rappers don't want to get with media to have these types of, in-depth or real conversations or make it about music. Like, let's keep it a band. I mean, Elliot Wilson got a lot of flack. I even, I addressed a lot of things that he said, and it's not directly to that, but like Elliot Wilson, when he was on the Rory and Maul podcast, he was basically talking about the same, things in his own space or his own point of view, basically saying like, yo, I'm better than these guys, and he was talking about the media, but media is outrageous because hip hop is outrageous. Now, it's not outrageous from every single standpoint. There are artists that actually give a damn, and there are artists who care about making music and making albums. I said what's my boy name? Damn, hold on, because there's an artist that Kenny Mason. Kenny Mason, one of my favorite young up-and-coming artists out of Atlanta. I think that he is a lyricist. I think he cares about making music. I'm only going to use him as an example. I did reach out to somebody that works with him to see about if I could do something with him talking about music, because I genuinely enjoy the nigga music. But I don't have a fear about what it is that I'm doing. I do understand, though, like certain shit is just not going to get certain views, no matter how hard you try, because there's tons of people, especially in the media sector, that really emphasize on just the music, or really emphasize on the craft, or really emphasize on the aspect of music news that's totally about about the music, you know what I mean? Totally about the culture. And a lot of niggas don't fuck with it. And let's just call a spade, man. People just don't be fucking with it like that. Also, Barry said, he said, rap media hasn't put me on to nothing new in quite some times. It's only a few platforms ready to go crazy still with the musical content. Really focusing on showcase artists. Okay. Bring back the blogs, TRL, 106 and Park, or something. Now, I'm going to keep it a bean. I really do believe that certain platforms like that should exist. But Barry knows this, and so do I know this. People is not going to be into that shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, to a certain extent, they will, but the bar has been lowered so low, so extremely low that like remember that Geico commercial, so easy a caveman could do it? Now you got a bunch of cavemen fucking rapping. You know what I mean? You got a bunch of cavemen rapping, saying anything, saying all types of bullshit, and people want to see it. Then you got this crash out culture. Then you got the YN culture. And what younger people or people who make memes and all of that, that kind of steer the narrative on social media, what they have created is a world of bite-sized content, a world of like little quick shit. Now, for myself, you know what I'm doing here, what I'll do it myself. I'm not personally this right here. I'm not bringing nobody onto this platform, but I am building platforms where I could do those types of things because that's what I care about. But let's keep it a band, man. This shit been like this for a minute, even during the blog era. It used to be you would get up in the morning and you listen to a show and then you hear the rumor report. The rumor report has been all the news now because people are holding back from putting out music. Music isn't selling the way it used to, or but the quality of music, or there's no gatekeeping, so there's no filtering on who can get into this shit. Anybody's just in it. Then the people who's popping the most don't want to talk to people about music and shit. Jello's running around saying he's better than fucking Cameron. It's just this shit has been out of control for a long time, and it's not going to stop because, like I said before, everybody wants to do what? Drive by, slow down, and look at the car crash. And music, media is a car crash. But got to give respect where it's due. I'm not even going to toot my own horn, but beep, yeah, I will. Shouts out to my brother Rob Markman. Shouts out to Curtis King. Shouts out to the company man. Shouts out to DJ Head. And there is a lot of young up and coming creators that do this shit and actually care about the craft and the platforms, or building a platform just about music. But while these brothers and sisters are doing this on a daily basis, I would just ask my bro Barry, like, same way that we hunt for the new artists, we got to hunt for the new creators and empower them, or make their artists go on those platforms. One point in time, I had JID was scheduled to come on my show and he ain't make it. Nah, I ain't gonna do that to JID. That's my guy. But he did, he had another engagement. He really couldn't make it. But I'm just speaking honestly, man. I think that rap media has to go into a space that is more creative. A lot of people are doing like their own sit down and talk to you platform, get their own opinion. I'm doing that as well. And I found more success in doing this than when I had a show with billboards up in Times Square. So I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. And for the ones that rock with me, you know how we doing. For the ones that don't, eventually I will. I'm Wayno. This is I Do It Myself. And I will catch y'all probably tomorrow because I'm loving this shit right now. Peace.